Yeah, what's up guys, welcome back to the channel. I'm Underdog Reacts and Reviews, and I watched Tremors 5 Bloodlines with the tag. Oh, I don't see the tagline. So, with no tagline, let's look on IMDb. With the tagline, the giant man-eating graboids are back and even deadlier. Oh, that was the tagline. And yes, I enjoyed this movie. Yeah, it really went from, bit down to up. 2, 3, up, 4, 5. So let's just start with the movie, shall we? The only thing that I knew about this movie is that Bird was in this movie because, like I said in yesterday's movie, I looked, his actor, I looked the actor up, Michael Gross, and I then saw that, he played also in this movie and in the next movie, so I'm very excited. I think also in part 7, but I don't know for sure. But let's just start. We get the title screen to see, and it says the survivalist with Bert Gummer. So he has his own show. Well, show. Just like I make reviews. We have a bit of a shaky cameo showing Bert, a bit up and whatever, just for dramatic effects. Bert, we heard Bert start to narrate, basically introducing himself, for I'm Bert and blah 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 blah. We got also some different shots, going with that. Then he talks, more and explains what graboids are and about a bit about the circle of life, from the shriekers, the ass blasters, and lay eggs and blah 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 blah. We then hear a rattlesnake. He looks down and he stomps on it and then asks, "Who's hungry?" But we can't leave that because if you want to know what's happening next, watch the movie yourself. Like I said, I enjoyed this movie. I did notice that every time we're in a different, well, almost every, well, with the normal present day movie, we're every time in a different country, or different country, different place. First we're in Nevada, in the United States. Then we're in Mexico. Then we're in Argentina. Now in South Africa. So, everywhere. And but these graboids were different. They were bigger. They were, they were different. The ass blasters. They look totally different, but still pretty cool. They even, there was a scene where a guy and a girl were hiding behind a table, an iron table. Or a metal table, A metal table, because iron is heavier. A metal table, And that thing could still, the ass blaster could still see through that metal table. Yeah, they still could see their body heat. So I don't know if it's just because it's maybe a South African one, or it's maybe because the body heat was stronger than that metal can hold. Wait, wait. Sorry guys, I don't know if that maybe gets copyright strikes or whatever. If you could hit that music, but no, the monsters still look pretty cool. There was also a guy in here. What was his name? Something Van Wijk. But he said a word, Gauteng. But he said it with a Dutch G, just Gauteng. Not Gauteng or stuff like that. No, Gauteng. Which, as a Dutch, I noticed, it was pretty, just because of that, kind of funny. Well, South Africa, so understandable. Mm. Yeah, there was that Van Wijk character, more like Van Dyck, He caged Bert because he double crossed him after they found an egg. And he caged Bert. And then a lion came. Well, the Van Dyck was already gone, but that lion, first, looking at Bert, then it stood from the cage and pissed on Bert. Yep. Nasty. Yeah, that happened. Yeah, there was also a very cool scene where the Van Dyck died. There was the South African grabbed it was going through the ground, and then it jumped up, and it jumped and grabbed that Van Dyck, ate it and back into the ground. That was a cool scene. I really liked that one. And apparently Bert has a son, because at the beginning of the movie, the shaky cam and all, is we saw also another guy, on a dirt bike, and he stopped at Bert, when he came there, and that is now his new cameraman. But apparently that's also his son, which, he has a son apparently now. Okay. Sorry, bad. Overall, I like this movie. I found it a good movie, so I give it a 4 out of 5. Watch the movie yourself, leave a like, recommend a good monster or underground creature movie down below in the comment section. Subscribe to the channel, subscribe to my second channel, Underdog Eats, where I do food, drinks every week, also time to time hot sauce and alcohol. Or my third channel, Underdog Reacts, where I do primarily music. Link down below in the description. I'll see you guys next time. Bye.